Hands, are we the baddies?
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Bob Plays Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts on Legendary difficulty. This is episode 18 of Kaiser Bob, where the baddies are still fighting the United States. Let's go hop on Discord. And so when we last left our heroes, our villains, I'll let you decide. We were about to do a big fight with the U.S., and then I had to go to work or something. I don't remember. I was really tired. I've been really tired lately, actually. There's been just so much work to do. So, we've got this big fight. I've got 6 of my Guardian battleships weighing in at 19,000 tons apiece. We've got these 2 big British battleships. This guy, 2 10-inch guns, or 2 twin 10-inch and 2 twin 13-inch. My guys have twin 9-inch guns, which isn't... But these guys are slow. We've got all these cruisers, they're not that fast. The light cruisers are pretty zippy. There's a lot of light cruisers and destroyers and torpedo boats. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to try and do a fighting withdrawal and see if I can hit some of the ships as we run away. And these guys are veterans, so we should be all right. And I just loaded up the game, so if I screw up, then I'll blame it on me being really tired and we'll just reload it and try it again. But I think I can take some of these out. I'm going to try and stay away from the battleships because I don't want to get hit by those big guns because my armor's not great. It's not bad. But getting hit by a 13-inch gun in the early 1900s is not going to be fun. I don't know how long I'm going to play tonight. I'll play for at least 1 cup of tea. I am pretty tired to the back-to-school rush at the computer store. So, I almost didn't get on tonight. I was kind of thinking about just falling asleep. I've got a bunch of work that I took home to help the guys catch up on projects. And we are just going to see how... We'll see how everything... We will see how everything goes. So, there's a lot of light cruisers and it's just a lot of stuff. I hope we don't start close. Alright, so you guys are going to do that. Now, these torpedo boats here... Realistically, they're not going to do any good, and we're going to have you guys run away. I could try to use them as scouting bait, but honestly, I think I don't want to. I don't think I want to take the chance. We're just gonna have them run. And you guys, though, we're gonna go marching on in. We seem to be in good shape. We're veterans. Oh, this started quickly. So we're gonna start turning. Because their battleship's already seeing us. That's a little terrifying. Where are they at? They're that way? Okay, so their battleships see us. So that means I'm going to turn... I'm going to try and turn sideways. Because if they see us, then their destroyers should start chasing. But I don't want to take a hit from a broadside, but I don't want to get... That is a lot of... Hit something over there. I really don't want to get hit by any of that stuff. Now so there's their light cruisers, about 20 kilometers away. Alright, let's see what we got. That's in Virginia. Alright, so this guy has the 10-inch guns. He's got that American cage mass, which is super sexy for spotting. Those are like Mark II 10-inch guns. They are. He's got Mark II other guns. I mean, this is not a bad... It's not a bad ship. 1.5 kilometer torpedoes, really good armor. Longitudinal weight offset 100. What the? So is this thing like super front? I bet this thing is super front heavy. I bet he is super front heavy. Standard bulkhead, so I might be able to penetrate him. The problem is this guy has 16 inches of armor. So that's about the equivalent of 24 inches of armor. And which means I have to be at point blank range to penetrate. That ain't gonna happen. On the belt. Superstructure, we could do some superstructure damage. We could... maybe get... I mean, we could get the secondary guns. Even the main guns are going to be hard to do. So... now, I don't know if they're going to have some sort of glitchy hit me even though I'm really far away bug. There we go. That's the light cruiser. This is what we're going for. Now this guy here, 22 knots. His torpedo range is 1.5 kilometers. That's all right. He's got good armor, but we can take the armor. And he's got Mark II guns. So I want you guys to ruin his day, please. Oh, that's even more important. Alright, so we're going to do main guns at you and secondary guns at you, and we're going to start angling away a little bit. Alright, we actually want to... actually put my secondaries at you. Let's do that. Let's go see if we can take out destroyers. So that's a lot of destroyers, and that's going to be very troublesome. You've got not a long range though, so maybe it won't be so bad. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of destroyers. Holy crap. That is so many destroyers. There are so many destroyers there. They have... That is unpleasant. That is an unpleasant number of destroyers. Let's do that. I mean, the ultimate goal is we want to get farther away from their battleships so that they don't knock us to pieces. So many destroyers. How fast are you guys? You guys... "28 knots. Oh, goodness. I want to keep putting secondary guns at you, please. I'm trying to fire the secondary guns into clusters of ships where I think that misses might hit, you know, other targets. Now my main guns are going to be really good at hitting these light cruisers, because they only have about 3 inches of armor equivalent, and so even at 10,000 meters we are going to hit the piss out of them. So this should be suitable. Alright, so you... 12 kilometers. What's my 12.7? That's 10.4, 10.9. Oh, I didn't really mean to fire all of those at him. I would like to put the main guns at you and the secondaries now. Let's see what this cruiser has on him. You have 9-inch guns, so you're Mark IIs, whereas I think mine are Mark IIIs. Many bulkheads, good armor, not very good armor. Alright. And a lot of this other stuff is all older. Okay, that's like an old style. That's an old style cruiser. Alright, so that's not the end of the world. And I don't think he's that fast. I mean, he is kind of fast, isn't he? No, not really. Just keep firing at clusters of ships and hoping that we get lucky hits. There we go. We must have had him on fire. Alright, so now the important thing is I seem to be relatively far away from I wonder something. What happens if I put a 9-inch gun on that cruiser there? Oh, there we go. Have some explosions. Oh, look at all those numbers. Hooray for numbers. This isn't so bad. Yeah, he's getting kind of beat up. And then as far as let's put the main guns on that cruiser. There we go. Yeah, because those shells gotta land somewhere. They gotta land somewhere. Alright, right now I want to drop my shots right on you. And hopefully... There we go. Oh, baby. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, no. You guys are too close to each other. And all my missed shots are hitting other things. Oh, Muffin. Oh, Muffin. Look at that. Womp womp. That was actually pretty good. I actually need to go AFK for just a moment, so just excuse me for just a bit. I will be right back. I gotta check something. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, guys. Alright, so let's go put the secondaries back onto... No, don't turn. I didn't tell you to turn. There we go. I just want the secondaries to... Of course, it's going to miss. All that smoke is gonna be a little troublesome. But I managed to keep them from getting close to me, which is really, really important. Alright, let's do that spread. And one of the reasons I'm putting the main guns and secondary guns on different targets is it seems to be less likely for the guns to change targets on their own, sometimes kind of shrug. It doesn't really seem to work that well, actually. But the hope is that they'll be less likely to change targets on their own. And that just totally... Yeah, all the smoke is making a lot of trouble. But the 9-inch guns seem to be doing their job. The 9-inch guns are really doing their job. Look at that. They are definitely doing their job. Now, we haven't gotten within 2.9 range, so Saint 2.9 has been a little bit light. Oh, look at those numbers. Let's go turn a little bit. And I'm just sort of kiting them around at maximum range. Or close to maximum range, because I've got plenty of ammo, and I'm trying to play this real cautious. Because what I don't want is for all of their destroyers to swarm me and launch torpedoes at me, because that'd suck. At some point that smoke's going to go away and then we'll unleash another volley. If we can even spot them at that distance. I'm going to have to start putting out some fly traps soon. Alright, there we go. So let's get the main guns on you and secondaries on the destroyer. If it even works. Maybe it will. There we go. Just sheer volume of fire. Nice job. I don't know how many destroyers they have left. I haven't been keeping track. But we are certainly making a mess of things. And they're not... For whatever reason, they're not coming in on me all that quick. And they're not low on fuel. They're just being timid. Because these guys should be able to just come right on into me. That cruiser sank to heavy flooding. Wow. Let's go put the secondaries on you. Or the main guns on... Yeah, there are secondaries on this guy. Did you already get hit by a 1 kilometer range? Yeah, we're just doing a really good job of kiting these fools. Alright, let's just keep doing it. We're not doing that bad. The 2.9s are starting to catch up. But the 9-inch guns are doing the Lord's work. Let's go and turn and try and maintain our broadside, get a little bit closer. Our main guns just shifted, which I really didn't want, because the main guns take the longest to lock on, and that's the really annoying part. I want the main guns to be on the light cruisers, because I don't need... Oh, there's that battleship. That's got plenty of range to reach that. Alright. We can go take out that heavy cruiser, maybe. Ooh, there we go. Those are some nice hits there. The light cruiser took it pretty hard also. Alright, we're just going to keep on cruising along like this. For whatever reason, the destroyers are not getting close, which I'm not going to complain about at all. That destroyer's taking it right in the chin. Yeah, he's having a bad day. After we sink him, I'll start angling in. I don't know if I'll be able to take out the battleships or not. Oh, look at those two cruisers. Go after the back one with the main guns. And maybe we'll get a hit. And for whatever reason, circling around like this tends to keep them kind of bunched up. At least it just seems to do that. The computer doesn't seem to handle this this very well. And I guess that destroyer smoke screen blocked out the cruiser for me. But we'll punish this light cruiser in the meantime. I thought they had a bunch of torpedo boats, and I don't know where those are. Unless those are staying close to the battleship. One of the problems I have is I don't know if I have enough ammunition to take everything out. I'm slowly running out of main gun ammo. Let's start going. Alright, so I see little guns coming from here. There's going to be something small and piddly up here. Wish I had better spotting. I would like the main guns to focus on the heavy cruiser, and the smaller guns go after the light. I really wish they'd just quit changing targets on me like that. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. I will soon be out of main gun ammo. We'll just keep shaving away at their light cruisers. How's our ammo doing? I mean, we're doing fine on secondary ammo. Main gun's a bit of a problem, but... Oh, that cruiser sank. That's good. Do these light cruisers also have... they're short range as well. Alright, so we're just going to keep on... Just going to keep on doing this. And so far we've been pretty good about avoiding the battleship. Let's go put secondaries on you and main guns on you. There we go. Go numbers. Lots of numbers. Alright. So we take out that heavy cruiser before we run out of ammo. I would really like for the main guns to continue shooting at the heavy cruiser, please. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. So you guys are clustered up a little bit. And we're going to put secondary guns like right onto you. Probably better yet you. Let's do that. So he's out of ammo. He's out of ammo. He's out of ammo. Out of ammo. Out of ammo. Well, let's... Let's go fire into that cluster. Maybe we'll get a lucky hit or two. It is just about time for us to leave, I think. Because we're starting to run out of big guns. Well, we can finish off this heavy cruiser before he, yeah, there we go. Let's just go rip him up. How's my fuel doing? 73%. Alright, so we're doing alright. We're just low on ammo. We got another hour and 14 minutes of this battle. 5 times speed, so in about another 12 minutes of actual real time, we will have to peace out of the battle. I would really like to finish off that cruiser before we... Never mind. I'm going to shoot at this back guy right there. Yeah, firing at the clusters is really important. Alright, let's go finish off this cruise. I really want to finish off. Well, they're both getting beat up, so we'll... Alright, that's fine. I mean, I could get closer and try to... You know, those light cruisers are more durable than the heavies are, I think. See if we can get some hits on the... Yeah, because I know the heavy cruiser's close to other things. There we go. There we go, baby. There we go. .9s are catching up to the 9-inch guns. Because his armor is... His armor's bad. There we go. Just keep splattering people, please. Well, those deck-mounted 2.9s are empty. I'm gonna finish this guy off. What's the range on 11 kilometers? I guess you're having your own troubles. And slowly getting ground down. I'll just kind of keep circling around. Stalking our prey. Can't believe this one battle's already gone 40 minutes. Wow. I mean, it is a big battle. There we go. Now we're getting some good hits. Now at the 2.9s, you're getting their 15% chance to hit. Alright. So we could go in and try and take out more ships. I really ought to just leave because I'm running dangerously low on ammunition. I've got plenty of 4-inch ammo. They're slowly starting to lock on. And these guys are all busted up. "40 minutes left." I probably ought to leave. Well, alright, look at that. That's a nice juicy cluster I don't want to resist. Let's go hit into there, please. That's going nicely. And just start pelting those guys. Alright, we're going to end it there. That was great. We sank 16 ships. We killed almost 5,000 enemy crew. This guy stayed alive, but that's okay. We got a bunch of their light cruisers. We got most of their destroyers, their torpedo boats. we're fine. We got experience. These guys, a bunch of them lost. And these guys never engaged. That's not bad. I will be right back. Give me just a minute, please. Alright, I am back. That worked out pretty good. Let's go save this also. Three patrol ships against the Missouri. It's not the real Missouri, but that thing's got 13-inch guns. That's gonna hurt. These guys are veterans. I don't know about that. What's this battle here? This one is... I've got 3 destroyers against... I don't know if I can take them or not. They're green and trained, and my guys are cadets. I don't know. That's... So these guys have 2 big guns each, so... 8 big guns versus 4 of theirs. I mean, all their stuff can hurt. Let's try it. We've got a little bit of an advantage. Let's try it. It's probably not a good idea because my guys are cadets. But let's give it a try and see. I'm going to leave those turned off. The torpedoes have a 3-kilometer, yeah. Let's go get them. So the goal is to sink a ship and leave, or at least do some damage, get some experience and leave. Alright, so you have not a lot of armor. What's your torpedo range? Your torpedo range is 0.9 kilometers. We're going to go aggressive and the torpedoes made him turn away. I don't think we're going to hit with the torpedoes, but you, my friend, have a shorter torpedo range. You do. 1 kilometer. Did everybody... Not everybody fired their torpedoes. I'm gonna turn off the torpedoes and have you guys all focus on him and take his ass out. This might actually work really well because those 2.9s are going to be effective against the destroyer. Yeah, we're gonna get him, I think. Alright, keep firing, assholes. Alright, we are going to turn around. And we're going to double back and try and finish off that destroyer. Because the light cruiser's off. Off this way. And when that smoke clears, we are going to get him. Alright, where the hell's the destroyer at? There he is. Go get him. Take him out. There we go. Alright. Now, I don't know if we want to try and take out that guy or not. I mean, I probably have enough for my experience points as it is. These are Mark 1 5 inches. These are Mark 1 guns. So this is an older light cruiser. What is the shift right click aims the torpedoes? So you're having a bad... I've got better to hits on you than you have on me. Because my guns are more advanced, so I might be able to just kind of stay at kind of the sweet spot range and just kite them around a little bit. Because these 2.9s are... We're going to have... Let's have you go armor piercing. Because the 2.9s are going to cause some... Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, baby. Good job, Team Destroyer. Look at that. You guys are good. You guys did really good. You're going to get some yeah, they got their experience points. All right. I only lost 2 guys. That's not bad. That'd be that funnel crew that when the funnel got hit. Ambush. You know what? I'm feeling a little bit more confident about these destroyers. I think this is a pretty good combination. Let's try this. At least if it's one of the older light cruisers. Let's go turn this way. Alright, so this cruiser here, he's a big, easy to spot cruiser. He's got good armor. He's got 3 inches or so of armor equivalent. Mark II 4-inch guns, that's going to be a little dangerous. 1.5 kilometer torpedoes. But maybe we can... No, we're not going to get hits on him. When these destroyers come through... Alright, let's take you out. Now, you guys have not really good armor. 1 kilometer range. Now your armor was 1/2 inch, so it's less than 1 inch of armor, basically. Which I could go high explosive and nail him, and these guys could go... Well, if we're going to shoot at you, I want armor piercing on the... Need better spotting range. Well, there we go. There's a nice hit. Let's go high explosive and take you out. Because the other guy's kind of retreating a little bit. Because these are, what, soft capped? Yeah, soft capped are going to be good against this.
Are you winning, young man?
I am. These Lorenzo class destroyers are really good. I'm not even sure if Lorenzo would be all that upset at how I designed the destroyers. I have the engine shifted further back that he'd probably like. But I've got two 5.9-inch guns up front, and I've got three 2.9s in one in the middle and two in the back. And so I've got a big enough gun to hurt big ships, and then the 2.9s for messing up enemy small ships. And these almost play like a light cruiser. Oh no, your engine's damaged. Womp womp. And because I'm using the soft cap shells, I can high explosive kill destroyers. And then I've got the cap ballistic shells for when I'm going after, light cruisers. Oh, you are being ballsy. Look at that. You are going for it. Oh shit. He detonated my destroyer. Or detonated my torpedo. That sucked. Alright, Mr. Destroyer, you have a torpedo range of 1 kilometer, and I have a torpedo range of 3 kilometers, which means I'm going to hit the go away button if you get too close to me. Did you launch? No, I don't think you did. No, he's gonna sink. Alright. Switch back to armor piercing for the light cruiser. Whoa, wait a minute. Where are these? Those look like torpedoes. Those are my torpedoes. Alright, let's... Those are the torpedoes I shot from the tail of the ship. Alright, alright, alright. I almost ran into my own torpedoes. That would have been dumb.
Well, we are talking destroyer captains.
That is true. These are doing really well. These are almost worthy of being light cruisers. Not really. But the 5.9-inch gun, I really like. That max size gun. The recoil kind of sucks. But it's not awful. Being able to just having something I could use to punch the armor of an enemy light cruiser is really nice. So how you doing, Mitchell? How goes the battle against the groundhogs?
I've had the relocated to traps for like the past 2 days, and so far it doesn't look like gotten any nibbles.
You think you got them all?
No, no, definitely haven't got them all because I saw one other one after disposing the one first part of last week.
I
That
think
was
they
heading
just,
back up to that little burrow in the woods.
they're just getting smart, maybe.
Might be getting smart, or they might have relocated temporarily because, moving around from burrow to burrow, or better way to put it, from safe house to safe house.
Yeah.
And my sister said there's a rather large one out there that's dug underneath her carport. But, that's kind of on the back burner right now, dealing with the neighbors selling their 86-acre cow pasture to a developer down
Yeah, that's got to
there.
be really annoying. One of the nice
Yep.
things about living in Oklahoma is that we're such a low population state that we don't have a lot of that. Although Norman's gotten really big. I mean, Norman's probably doubled in size since I moved here.
We've had the thing for like, this used to be a low population area back when I was growing up and while I was in the Navy, but like about the last 30 years, we've had more and more people moving in, especially after they located the 3 bank headquarters down in Charlotte,
Right.
and everybody come up here to be around Lake Norman, which is the largest man-made lake on the East Coast, to build their houses and avoid Mecklenburg County taxes.
Right on. This worked out really well. I mean, I burnt through a lot of ammo, but so I had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destroyers, and we took out 2 enemy destroyers and a light cruiser. So that's not bad.
Yeah, the one good thing, it is looking better on that front as far as them building that back there, because
Oh yeah, we're gonna totally do
yesterday
this.
one friend of the family that's been doing construction for the last few years, I asked him to come by so I could have a talk with him about what was likely going to happen, and basically what to say up there at the planning meeting tomorrow night.
Right.
You know, as regards to like at least getting them to put up a privacy fence, and along that line. And he said, well, basically what he saw most of the time, they will go ahead and put up a privacy fence on their own to satisfy the people that are buying their houses.
Well,
He
that's
said
a good point.
Yeah, he brought up to where he has a shop. One of his shops about halfway up the road, and on the other side of that side road from it, they just finished putting in rather huge development with like some 2-story houses in there. And he said he didn't even say a word to them, and said they went ahead and put up a privacy fence without him even asking. And said they even put up a fancy one, like a vinyl privacy fence,
Right.
which was like $100 a foot. And he said one of the guys that worked for him, kids, said, yeah, they didn't want to bother looking at your bulldozers and old work trucks sitting over here around your shop.
Yeah.
So he said it probably won't be much of an ask, and said, like you said, you play it from the privacy for both sides, and prevent trespassing and potential legal and liability consequences.
There are far fewer Second Amendment accidents when there's a privacy fence.
And like and also like lawyers getting involved with, like, say someone trespassing on my land and breaking their ankle in a gopher hole, or someone trying to break into my house and saying hello to Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Said, I can tell them, say, I'm sure the local police department and the county sheriff would prefer if we precluded any of that from happening in the first place.
Right.
And he said, yeah, he said, I'm thinking they would probably be more than willing willing, long as if you're not being hostile to them and saying yes, willing to work with them and like it, so they'd probably be more than happy to put up privacy fence on their side.
These guys have any? These guys do not have. They do not have guns, so we just have to worry about sinking.
Yeah. Basically, from what I heard, the two family members down there, I guess grandchildren of the man, the man that originally owned it, as part of my grandfather's generation.
Uh-huh.
The way the area's become built up and the way they've jacked up the property taxes over the year, close to 90 acres, they were getting ate alive with property taxes there.
And so they didn't
That
really
was
have a
why-
choice.
Yeah, they didn't really have a choice. But
Well,
to
I
sell
think
it
a
off.
lot. I think a lot of the zoning stuff is designed to fuck over people with the property taxes to force them to not have small family farms. Because the only people who can really afford it are going to be like the big corporate farms or rich people. But like the small
and it-
family farms, it's just so hard to make that happen anymore.
Not even just small family farms, just like single family houses. At that, it's like does seem to be the case around here. Over the past couple of decades, it's evolved where they keep raising property taxes to gradually force people out, so they can get the tax money from the developers moving in and putting multiple houses or apartment buildings on the same land, and then they've got that many more people they've got paying taxes and in the area.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, what I worry about, because private home ownership's at an all-time low in America, and at some point, I think spicy things are going to happen if normal people can't afford to have nice homes.
And then you have corporations like BlackRock and Vanguard that have gotten in the habit of buying up any single family homes that become available.
Right.
So instead of another person being able to buy them and live in them long term, BlackRock's been buying them out
and turning them into they're just trying to turn the America into a country of renters, and this is all part of that, all the big globalist Davos crowd stuff, that you'll own nothing and be happy. And I worry because I know a lot of my younger friends want to own their own home, and especially as they find women that are not so crazy that they can't be tolerated. People want to own the home if they're going to start a family. They don't want to be bouncing from apartments. And I'm concerned that home ownership is so intrinsic to American values that once you make that increasingly difficult, you'll start having a lot of problems like you see in Europe. The only difference is we're the most heavily armed civilization in the history of civilization, whereas Europe, they made to pussify them before screwing them over. And so I just see so many problems on the horizon. But fortunately for me, I live in Oklahoma, so all the bad stuff's going to happen on the East Coast and West Coast long before it happens here. So,
Which, though, like you said, come worst case, if the developer isn't willing to put up like adequate security fence, I've already been getting checking some generic websites like for what the average cost for putting up different types of privacy fences in this area would probably run.
yeah.
And I basically, wood privacy fence seemed to be the cheapest, depending on if you had a bunch of trees and like that, you had to clear out of the way, or other stuff. Basically gave you basically a low and a high cost. Wood seemed to be the cheapest option, about $25 to $50 a foot.
Right.
And if I had to put it along the property line for all 3 acres, that would be about 600 feet. And depending on whether or not it was a 6-foot or 8-foot fence, and depending on how much work it would be for them to put it in, had to do like say an 8-foot high wood privacy fence along the whole 600 feet. It'd be somewhere in a range of like $17,000 to $23,000.
That seems awfully. I mean, well, material prices have gone up so much, though. I mean, when I built my fence, because I've got, I have a relatively small property, but I had to build a fence at one point, it was maybe like 100 feet long, and I don't remember it costing me that much money.
In this case, we're talking 600 feet long in today's dollars. That's basically 3 acres long.
Yeah.
And it got me going through. But I'm thinking, if I had to do that, basically it might only have to go like 2/3 of that length, or maybe only like 450, 500 feet, because the 1 acre we have here for this house, it's like 209 feet on a side. And then basically the other 2 acres go out where it was still, 2 acres long and 1 acre wide. So basically all 3 put together is like 1 acre wide and 3 acres long.
Yeah, but you don't want a bunch of homeless crackheads to be fucking around on your property, though.
Yeah. Well, basically what it is, I'm kind of gauging. I haven't measured it off actually with the tape measure yet, but gauging where the markers were initially for this 1 acre, where I went out Saturday and found them, which what my sister said, the surveyors actually came around back in February and marked all this off. I'm kind of like, well, why the hell didn't you tell me about this so I could would have had a heads up and been laying plans for this happening, but that's beside the point. Gauging by how far the marker was on this initial acre here for my parents' house, where my sister has her trailer out there sitting, I'm thinking that's just shy of the marker for the far side of the 2nd acre.
Right.
So we got at least an acre and possibly more back behind her trailer, and maybe about 30 or 40 feet behind her trailer. It's all rather thick woods with gullies and briars and fallen trees. So that would be another acre that would just simply be woods, and possibly developers might even leave like the old barbed wire fence from the pasture up. Might not have to go the whole 600 feet. Maybe like,
well, the woods are the woods are the ones where you have to worry about the crackheads, because they're going to go find a place to hide. But I don't know how crackheady your neighborhood is.
Well, like you said, not going to know till.
But once the development comes in, now they're doing single family homes, or are they doing apartments?
From what I've heard, it's going to be single family homes.
Okay, that might not be so bad then.
Yeah, and still don't know whether there's going to be full ownership or a rental, but that many homes, I'm thinking, from what I've seen so far, where they built single family homes around here in developments like it, it's been ownership. Yeah.
Okay. Then maybe it won't be so bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No way to describe how thick and growed up those woods are. And plus, this is North Carolina, where we do have to tend with poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if those are like city people moving in, no, they're not going to be very inclined to go crawling through the woods.
Yeah, I just know that here in Oklahoma, we end up getting we get a surprising number of, vagrants and illegals and God knows what, just kind of camping out in the woods and the parks. There's a lot of places that used to be really cool to just go and walk in and hang out in, that now not so much. There we go, all sunk.
But basically, from what what our neighbor construction is saying, he's saying yes that basically the planning board and like the city council of they've pretty much been taken over by, shall we say, northern transplants that have moved in over the last few
Well,
years.
that's what
Only,
usually
yeah.
seems to happen. All right, so 2 of my destroyers against 3 of theirs and some transports. I'm tempted to try it just because I could maybe shoot up some transports and run away, because these guys are 28.2 knots and I'm 32 knots, so I'm fast enough that I can hit and run and get some experience. So we're going to do that. But I'm going to be right back again, so give me just a moment, Mitchell. I got to check something. Tiny dog. Alright, I am back. Hey, JP. Alright. So we're gonna... Oh, it's nighttime. Alright,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. Yeah, their construction friends saying basically, yeah, the people, northern transplants got on the planning boards and like the city council and the county commissioners.
And they want to
Yeah,
ruin it just like they ruined their old cities.
yeah, basically, developer weighs enough money in their face, they'll approve anything there, regardless
Yeah.
of the county regulations on having. You can have only so many people.
Well,
living in
that's
an
what
area.
that's what they're doing here in Oklahoma too. I mean, they're the $1 billion sporting arena and developments and stuff that people were opposed to, and now suddenly they're magically getting done. And
Yeah,
oh, that's
yeah. They also had regulations like you can only have so many people living in one development per point of access for emergency services.
hold on, just
That was
one. What is it, tiny dog? Sorry, I have tiny dog aggro. I don't really want... Ow, it's my knee. I don't want you doing that. What are you doing? I love you. You're a very nice dog, but boy, are you dumb. What do you want? Smashing your face into my knee is not a good answer. And then, like, wagging your tail and smiling at me. Alright. I don't know what it is you're actually trying to do. I think I want to try and fire torpedoes at you. We're going to be aggressive about it, and we're going to move in and try to... Oops, we need to turn around and do this. Well, that torpedo didn't go very far, did it? Oh, that's not happening very well. Alright, I think we're gonna leave. I don't feel like that was very good. I mean, we can try and turn around, but my rudder got hit. And I'm not feeling super optimistic about that. I think we did get some hits. Oh, there we go. Rudder's fixed. Alright, let's go back and see if we can shoot that transport. So I want to sink at least one, because these are cadets. And...
Panzergraph's latest video, he made a interesting discovery there.
What did he do?
Well, basically, he was noticing how the one game he was playing using the Dreadnought Improvement Project for the past few weeks, there were some certain hulls that no matter how much you shot them, they wouldn't flood.
Yeah, I thought you'd mentioned something like that, like some of the British
Well,
hulls.
as far as, yeah, he was saying that some of the British hulls, like one light cruiser hull in particular, no matter what you shot it with, it would not flood. You literally had to take it down to zero structure or make it surrender from crew loss.
Which British light cruiser is this? Maybe I ought to...
Well, he didn't mention... He said he tried it you know, he didn't mention which hull it was, but basically he said he found out what it was. It was a similar deal to where some ships, like particularly German battleships, had very high resistance, where you could make it to where they had a minus 100% buff to gun damage.
Okay.
And he found out you could achieve the same thing with the floatability rating, to where you could, some hulls that you could construct them such a way, if you had the tech unlocked, to where they would have basically over a 100% floatability rating, i.e. you couldn't flood and sink them.
That's interesting. I wonder if I ought to just leave. How many destroyers? They've got 3 destroyers.
That latest vid he did, he actually went over some of the tech that actually affected that, to where if the hull itself initially had a high enough floatability rating, like somewhere close to 100, which is like, the later eras, like, 1940 onwards, you could actually achieve like 100% floatability rating, to where, they would never flood. At least not due to gunfire, and you just basically had to beat them to death to sink them.
I think we're going to actually leave. I think we have done... I mean, I could keep dancing around and try and take these guys. Well, maybe they can't hit me either. I don't know. I've taken a little bit. What do you think? I could keep dancing around and try to... No, I'm just trying to level up. I sank my ship. I sank 2 ships. I got my 25 experience. We're gonna call it. We're gonna pack it in and call it good enough. I don't want to get greedy and lose my destroyers. And then this guy here, no, we're not gonna go fight it. Oh man, I really want to go sink this Missouri. This, or it's a Nevada class battleship. It's got 2 twin 13.2 inch guns, but all I got are these 5,000 ton patrol boats, and I just don't. I'm not feeling it. I mean, these are veterans, so maybe I could do it. And he is green. But this feels like a fair fight. Because if that 13-inch gun hits my 5,000-ton patrol boat, I'm screwed. No, I better not. I think we're gonna ignore that. All right, so we have.
Yep. Yeah. Besides that, he's got a bunch of like 5-inch, type guns right there.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a. It's gonna be a bad. I think that's going to be a bad day. Alright, so how's my research coming along? I have... Small guns are doing nice. Everything's doing nice. Whose turn is it to get invaded? It is Britain's turn to get invaded. What do I want to invade? I could invade Bangladesh and get rid of Brits being out here. They've got 5 ships, so I'm not super worried about that. And go for Australia. Let's see, what else do I have going on anywhere? So we've captured all that. There's nothing left in the Caribbean for me to take from the Brits. No, there's Turks and... We got the Cayman Islands and the Turks. I guess we're gonna grab this. 8,000 tons. And let's go intercept this guy. If we can. And then let's have... There you go. We'll do 2 small... I'm wondering if having 2 smaller groups in a line, they have to pass through both of them. I wonder if that makes it easier to catch. Catch an enemy ship. see if we can catch those guys. And then these guys. Just trying to go and set up all my little ambush spots. These are, what, a light cruiser and a destroyer, so... Alright, hopefully that'll catch those ships. We got all this... Oh my goodness, we got so many things going on. I completely forgot about all this. We got that conquesting. That's going okay. We have all of this. We got Holy Assault ships, and you've got a lot. That's a lot of stuff over there. I'd like to take out that cruiser, but I don't know if I can. I don't know how confident I feel against all of that, all those battleships and all that. 24 destroyers. Holy crap balls. How long till my marauders are ready? Long time. 5 more months. Okay. I should have some guardians in here somewhere, and they're at least fighty. Except they're beat up, so you guys need to go back and repair. Where are you guys going to? You are going through the canal. Let's see if we can block that. Let's go send you back here and repair. Because you are... How are you guys advancing on Greece? That's the Black Sea. You're in the Black Sea. $1904. What's my newest? No, that's not what I wanted to hit. I have this like sudden craving for scrambled eggs. I've been sort of thinking about scrambled eggs all day. I don't know why. Those are the newest ones.
Maybe it's been all the stories in the news about Cracker Barrel.
Oh my god, fucking Cracker Barrel. Honestly, I don't care that much about Cracker Barrel. As long as they don't touch Waffle House, I'm okay.
Like I was saying, the reputation Waffle House has, like that one guy, his YouTube channel, Matt Mitchell there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd kind of agree with him. If they tried to pull the same thing on Waffle House, there would literally be blood in the streets.
Yeah. I would hope they couldn't do that, but you never know.
Yeah, it was more and more has been coming out over the past couple of days where it looks like it wasn't just this new Bachelor of Arts in Communications.
It's the whole company policy.
Yeah, CEO. This was like the board of directors was fully in on all the ESG and DEI type stuff for several years, and she was just the designated hatchet person.
Yeah.
And then you had the thing yesterday where she said she cut the investors' dividends by like 80%. And starting like back around the COVID pandemic or shortly thereafter, around the time she got hired on, instead of serving like scratch-made food like they'd originally started out, like, fresh biscuits and using, fresh eggs and fresh ingredients, they got ordered to start going over to pre-packaged and pre-made stuff that they could just stick in a microwave and heat up.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I haven't been there in so long, so I don't really know what they're doing.
Last time I was there was about 15 years ago, and 15 years ago or so, and they had excellent food and at a decent price, and said in some cases they were even getting told what stuff they had saved over from the day before, like bacon that had already been cooked and other stuff, to basically save it and then go ahead and reuse it the next day. And said they started cutting down on the number of staff, and also cutting down on their pay. And then what was left, they were trying to force to work ungodly hours with a greatly increased workload, to where the staff was getting pissed off. And then you can guess who was driving most of the changes to the company, like BlackRock and Vanguard and GMP
And all
Capital.
the usual
Suspects.
Yeah.
To where this is sounding like this was just a deliberate attempt, not just trying to remake it in their image. It's like they just wanted to destroy it completely, almost.
Well, one of the things that a lot of these companies do is they will deliberately, they'll buy out a company, and then they'll just pilfer it for all that they can, knowing that they'll make a fortune. And it's just how the game is played.
To me, that's my best guess as well. That's what's happening in this case. That they're pulling like what one private equity firm that Daimler sold Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge to. They just basically ran it into the ground, sold off like their testing facilities and and factories and like that, and then just sold off what was left to the highest bidder, just to make a buck off of it.
Oh shit, I'm out of ammo. I need to reload. I guess we're gonna go here and rearm. These guys, 2 battleships, 2 light cruisers, 12 torpedo boats. I could try and do it with... Oh, those guys are in battle already. I don't want to... No, I'll just leave that alone. Alright. How are the finances doing? Finances are fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go and... Oh. Over here, they're still scattering around trying to get to their destinations. 20 destroyers against a cruiser. Let's go half them after you, and then half them are gonna go there. Alright, I think that'll be good enough. What is it, tiny dog? What do you want? Are you awake again? Do you want to go outside? Is that it? Yeah. Could we keep your face away from my cell phone cable? Because I don't want you to break it. I know you like knocking things over accidentally. And then you just look at me with your dumb smile because you didn't know what you just did. Let's put you outside. I will be right back. Tiny dog has to go out. Alright, let's go. Alright, we have lots of meetings. We have blockaded the United States. Oh, baby! Alright, so we have a... I really don't want to deal with this fight. That's exactly what it is. We have... These guys are slow. They're faster. They're faster. I do not want to deal with this fight. So we're going to try and withdraw. And we did. Because when we invade Belgium... Boop. Yes, we're going to fight to the end. We're not going to give you a peace treaty. We're going to conquer your butt. I think when I eventually do the do a British campaign, I think I'm going to set my campaign goals as colonize the world while being snooty about it. And then you're going to leave. Thank you. And we are going to... We have a good fleet here. We're going to take you guys out. Alright. Yeah, these destroyers are working out quite nicely. They've sort of made my torpedo boats obsolete, except for just commerce raiding. Oh, my goodness, I'm already tired. Today was such a grueling day. Alright.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get up a little early in the morning and, take a shower and wash out what I call my funeral clothes. So look decent going up to the that planning board meeting in the evening there.
Yeah.
I normally just go around wearing a set of old blue Dickies work clothes, but yeah, I figure this being that planning board up there and what's at stake, yeah, I might want to go in there dressed fairly nice. So, because if you see blue Dickies work clothes, oh, this is just another one of those native stupid rednecks, here.
Yeah. One of the things that helps me out a lot is, when dealing with city council stuff, is that because I have the nice clothes and because I'm from New York and I can, I have more of a, I don't have an Oklahoma accent, per se. It certainly helps me when dealing with city council stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Truth be told, I pretty much lost a good bit of like the southern accent I was raised with. From all the time in the Navy, being stationed at different places and such.
Yeah, you don't boy howdy so much anymore.
Yeah,
Or is that or is that or is
y'all.
that more of a Oklahoma and Texas thing?
I think as more Oklahoma and Texas, it's more like y'all and like it to where yeah, times in the Navy, where times I had to act like instructors, give lectures and like that for training the guys on board ship and like that. Yeah, kind of got to where, and I'd pick up the accent of like pretty much whatever region I was stationed in, to where, yeah, a lot of times, especially if I start, know what I'm wanting to say and can go into it rapid fire. Even back in the day as a Navy guys said, what's strange about you? Said, whenever you really confident about what you're talking about and you start delivering it rapid fire, said any trace of southern accent you have just goes away.
Yeah, I when I get angry, my New York accent comes out.
Yeah, yeah. When I get angry, my Navy vocabulary tends to come out.
Yeah, sometimes I'll combine the two. I'll do a little bit of Southern New York, and I'll be like, "Y'all motherfuckers."
Yeah.
All right, what are y'all motherfuckers doing here? You little torpedo boats, and what are we doing there? You got 1.5 kilometer range. I don't trust you. 5 kilometer range. Screw you! You are dying. Everybody kill that one in particular. All right, and then that destroyer has a 5 kilometer range also. Alright, so main guns on that. And just alright, that's not gonna be fun. I want to dodge 5 kilometer torpedoes. Alright. Kill that one in particular. Five 5.7, 5.6. No, kill exactly that one. The one that has the 5. Quit shooting at the 1 kilometer torpedo boats. We don't care about them. Shoot the 5 kilometer destroyer that can actually threaten us. You morons. They just really want to fire at the here, we can put your main. No, we're not even going to do that. Just fire all the guns at the destroyer.
You're saying some destroyer captain slipped through the cracks and got promoted to command of a battleship?
That's what it appears to be, yeah. Alright, there we go. That seems to have done enough. Alright. How did you... It's a 1.5 kilometer torpedo. And you also have one. So who the hell shot that? We sank the... Whatever. Alright. Hopefully you guys can dodge the torpedoes. Alright. Turn off your torpedo dodginess now that you've successfully dodged. And please follow the cruisers. Alright, Mr. Cruisers. Go wreck that torpedo boat, please. There we go, alright. Now to kill enemy cruisers. That worked out alright. Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks being poor. And a lot of these American cities have this, you know, these small towns, rather, they have this obsession with, you know, increasing their population, increasing their GDP, and most places just don't want that. And then once a city gets, like once Oklahoma City gets too crowded, people start moving to Norman, and then once Norman starts getting too crowded, they start filling up, you know, some of the southern towns until just everything just starts getting filled up.
Basically what's been going on for like 30 years here and still ongoing.
Yeah. Fortunately, we only have 4 million people in Oklahoma, so...
And the bad part here is, too, is the Democratic governor we had for 8 years and just recently finished his second term and got replaced. About 2 or 3 years ago, he changed the laws regarding county property tax to where now every 4 years the counties can quote-unquote reevaluate the wealth of your property and change what you're getting charged for property tax.
And that's why the outside of my house looks like shit. No, I deliberately live in a lower value neighborhood because I don't want to. It's not like an awful neighborhood, but it's, you know, it's a safe neighborhood, but it's not a. I don't live on the rich side of town because I don't want to be paying rich people property taxes.
That's what my sister actually suggested today. Said instead of worrying about cleaning stuff up, other than making sure that over the years, you know, stuff hasn't accumulated over the property line, because neither us or the people that own the pasture down there really gave a crap because it was a cow pasture. She said, other than making sure you haven't got anything across the property line, don't worry about making everything look nice. That it might just give them an incentive to put up a privacy fence so they can sell the houses to
Yeah,
the people that are moving in.
that's true.
Also considering where our property is still controlled by the county.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind living in unincorporated land, but no, I'm in the city of Norman, so I have to deal with city of Norman stuff. We're gonna chase this guy down. You are not getting away from me, jackass. Get back here. It must really suck to be that light cruiser. Just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yep. That's why I'm kind of glad my father didn't build that fancy of a house here, and it's only like 1,500, maybe 1,700 square feet. It's
I've got
basically a wood frame house.
I've got a big house, but it's deceptive from the front. You know, I probably have the biggest house in the neighborhood. But it's not. Well, no, I probably don't. No, I definitely, just in case anybody from the city of Norman's watching, I definitely do not have the biggest house in the neighborhood. No, I probably have one of the bigger houses in the neighborhood, but I've got, it's not fancy, and, it does what I need to do.
Yeah, one evil thought I've had is if there's still a couple of groundhogs left, to see if I can maybe maneuver it around to where
For the groundhogs and then the property developers.
move down where the development is going to be.
Yeah.
See if I could just, encourage them, not kill them off, just encourage them to move that down into that subdivision once it's built.
Deport them.
Yeah. Yeah, have my own version of Africa, man.
Oh, goodness.
That's what old Kilmar Abrego Garcia is starting to be referred to now. So people are said, nope, he's changed from wrongfully deported Maryland man to soon to be deported African man.
That's right. Aren't they deporting him to like Uganda or someplace that there's no way he's from, or is he actually from there? And we get lied to about so much stuff that who knows.
No, he's actually originally from Guatemala.
So then why are they deporting him to Uganda?
Because ICE just, I guess, said, well, what I read today, when they brought him back to stand trial in Tennessee, they were saying, well, okay, if you don't want to get convicted of child trafficking and spend a bunch of time in U.S. prison, they made a little deal, said, we'll send you down to Costa Rica. But since his lawyers rejected that, and then another federal judge came up and said, no, you can't deport him to Costa Rica. Said you have to keep him in the United States because I say so. Now ICE just basically said, screw it. Said, you want to play this game? We finally get it clear to deport him. We're going to send him to Uganda.
I mean, as funny as it is, I mean, if he's not from Uganda, are we even allowed to deport him there? Or are they just doing it because Trump's an asshole and just wants to fuck with them?
You called it.
I mean,
in Uganda was apparently said, yeah, we'll go ahead and take him. So,
okay.
Uganda had to agree to it. They said, yeah, no problem. Said, you want to dump him off here? Yeah, we'd like to have meat back on the menu.
All right. I mean, I don't want to sound cold-hearted or anything, but I've got bigger problems in my life than, to worry about what some, didn't he, beat his wife or something? Is that why, didn't he beat his wife in wherever the fuck he's from, Stan?
Yeah, his wife he actually got convicted for domestic abuse. And that's how he originally got his deportation order, and his wife had a restraining order against him. But then all this stuff come up, and all of a sudden, oh my God, I love my husband, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bullshit. She was getting paid to do that.
I just don't give a shit anymore. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know this guy from nothing. If he's a wife beater, he's probably not anybody that I'd want as my neighbor anyway. But he also doesn't live, I also don't, well, I guess my sister lives in Maryland, so I kind of care a little bit about what happens in Maryland. Although not that much.
Not only is domestic abuser, but like you said, also MS-13 member, illegal alien, human trafficking. Yeah.
Well, and in all fairness, it's my sister's fault for living in Maryland, so, I don't really sympathize that much.
Yeah, as far as that planning board meeting, I was joking with my sister, said, yeah, I'm going to go up there dressed nice, and I'm a P's and Q's. be polite to them and talk to them. I said, because if I said what I really think of them, said I don't want to end up becoming acquainted with the inside of the Mooresville City Jail.
Well, I I've said what I think. I have a reputation in town for saying what I think, but I've had to pay lots of lawyers. Well, not lots of. I had to pay some lawyers a lot of money to deal with the backlash of people not being happy about what I had to say. When the city fucked with me afterwards. So, it's just. I think the biggest reason I want to get rich is so I can hire a bunch of lawyers so I can be an asshole on behalf of people who are getting fucked. And I think that's mostly it. Maybe if I ever run for politics, I'll just be like, look, I'm going to be a corrupt asshole, but I'll make it funny and I'll stand up for you guys and I'll dick these other people over and just be very clear about where I stand and what kind of asshole I'm going to be. But I don't know. That's probably why I should never run for politics, because I'll be a little too direct. Alright, so we sank those guys. And we'll boop him.
Yeah, over the time, like last few years in the Navy and like such.
That hurts.
I kind of learned the art of like.
Oh shit! I
you
lost so many Holy crap! I lost so many transports.
Yeah.
You learned the art of diplomacy.
The necessary diplomacy, as in, biding my time, trying to be diplomatic, to buy space and time there, and then just waiting and accumulating the evidence and getting all my ducks in a row, basically, hoist them with their own rule book,
So if you take a moment to look at the screen, I was just inspired by a new Broadway musical. Don't conquer me, Argentina. Da 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 da. Alright, let's see if we can conquer Argentina. Did I get the conquest? I did. Oh, and now I just need to figure out where I can get 76,000 tons. Let me check on the tiny doggo, and I will be right back. tiny dog. Go lay down. What are you doing? I just let you in. You're not going back outside again. Come on. Come on. Go lay down. We don't do the inside, outside thing. I am not your personal door opener. Go lay down, tiny dog. Hey, Marty. Hey, not Marty. We are conquering Argentina. That's what we're doing. Actually, speaking of which, I had a friend in college. I had a Greek friend in college named Constantina. And one day she was sad, so I started singing her, "Don't Cry for Me, Constantina." Anyway, she didn't get the reference, though.
What you just mentioned there about not being Tiny Dog's personal doorman.
Apparently I am, actually.
Yeah. I remember a story, back when Johnny Carson was still doing the Tonight Show back in the, early 70s, and during the summer I'd stay up kind of watch him, basically from when he did like his comedy routines and such.
Right.
And basically he actually served in World War II, was actually, commissioned officer.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Apparently, yeah. And he was telling a story one time, said basically after he got commissioned training and got shipped out to like the Pacific, he got assigned to one of the old World War One battle dreadnoughts. They're using for bombardment ships.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like the time Pearl Harbor, and discussing about what it was like being on a ship with that many people on it. And he basically, what he said, being an ensign on a battleship was like being a doorman at the Waldorf Astoria.
I bet. Alright, let's go and do that and try and catch that guy. And you just totally slipped past all my little ships, didn't you?
Yeah, along the line of saying earlier about necessary diplomacy, also kind of learned the art of, when it comes to like situations like that by time, and then when the opportune moment came to, make myself look like the reasonable, calm party involved, and to make the other party look like the deranged a-hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can catch this Yahoo. Just chasing all these assholes around everywhere. I lost so many. I lost so many transports, it's not even funny. How bad are my transport? Alright, 169. Oh shit, I've got a lot of repairs going on. Holy fucking fuck. How do I have so many repairs? Yeah, we're doing a get off my lawn ocean version is what we're doing, Marty. I need to figure out... Yeah, because these guys are all getting repaired. That's where my extra 100,000 tons is coming in. I don't know if I want to... Jesus, you guys are just kicking the shit out of Greece. How's my My army logistics still 100%. How are you guys? I guess I'm going to put you guys here in the Black Sea also to try and add more tonnage, and maybe we can try and turn the tide of this. These battleships are doing good. You've got... That's a lot of ships that I really don't want to fight. I really need to get my Guardians fixed up. 400,000 tons right now. Where are all my repairs coming from? Well, probably because all my stuff is all busted up. Alright, so I could suspend my Marauders. How long are these repairs going to take? 1 turn. Oh, it's 15 turns. Shit. So these guys are all just going to get repaired in 1 turn anyway. So screw. We're gonna. How much is this going to hurt financially? That's going to hurt an awful lot financially. So we're just going to cut the tech budget for the turn. And we're going to just fix everything. We got the new rangefinders coming out. That'll be good. The small guns. Alright, so we're just going to do that. And then this is an invade America turn. Where do we want to invade? I've got... I could invade, like, Maine. Because what's America's... What's America's army? They're 76%. So I could invade Maine. 74,000 tons. Because that's sort of the sneaky way in. It says I've got 8 battleships and 4 torpedo boats. But I don't know where my 8 battleships are. They're in Quebec. They're in Quebec. Okay, so I could invade Maine just to be a butt munch. Or Sweden, Argentina, and Belgium. So we are conquering Belgium. No, we are not. Oh shit. The Belgians. Alright. If that's how you want to play it, we're going to go send another fleet here. I could just start taking over like Norway and all their other provinces, which maybe that's not a bad idea. And we're gonna send you guys into Belgium also, so we're gonna conquer the shit out of you. That's what we're gonna do. So I could take northern Norway. Because we're getting Belgium, we're getting Argentina. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to grab southern Brazil. Except I don't know if I have enough people in... Now the problem is if I take Argentina, I wonder if... Southern Brazil is 118,000 tons. So we're going to grab southern Brazil. I don't know where I'm going to get 118,000 tons from. I have 10 battleships in the North Atlantic. Here they are. So you boys are going to head down here and I'll send 5 destroyers with you. Just to make sure. We're going to send 10 destroyers with you just to really make sure. Alright, so Argentina is the 6-turn conquest. Alright, so that's what we're going to conquer. And then you guys are going to go here and intercepto him. Now the problem is I don't really want to fight all this stuff. I mean that's a lot of stuff. Do I realize their continent looks like really? I never thought about that, to be honest. I need to figure out a way to whittle these guys down. That's a lot of fucking torpedo boats. Next turn I'm going to get a lot of... So I've got the targeters next turn, then armor quality's coming up soon after that. Probably ought to wait for the better armor. Boilers, yeah. I won't worry about the Holy Assault ships until I get geared turbines, probably. And that'll be probably their final form. Aerodynamic shells in 7 turns. So we're gonna... 24, that's a lot, that's so many destroyers.
What country was Marty saying looked like a honey badger?
Belgian. I mean, I don't know. Oh, Luxembourg is independent. That'd be fun to grab. Then over here, I've got all this shit just running around over here. These guys are repairing also. He's got a lot of battleships there. Alright, let's see. What do we have? No, we don't want that. And this one, I could take these. Let's go try this. I could get a lot of experience from that. What is it, tiny dog? Hi. Hi. Yes, I love you too. But I do not want your tail smacking my cell phone cables. I don't know what it is about you and I don't even know why You have this obsession with cell phone cables, tiny dog. You like always like to smack things with your tail. Alright, this is going to be a lot of... Let's go turn off the torpedoes. And... Oh, these guys never rearmed. Did you really not rearm? You're low on ammo. This may not be great, actually. Alright. But our training increased, so maybe we can go shoot up a... shoot up one of these ships and get some more experience. Alright, dog. Alright, so let's see what this transport has on it. It is an unarmed transport. Unarmed transport. Unarmed transports are best transports.
With torpedo transports being the worst transports.
Torpedo transports are worst transports. We're going to go right on in. And we are going to fire off torpedoes into you. Oh shit, some of you guys are armed, aren't you? No, that's probably the destroyers coming after me.
While the transport murder is occurring, I'm going to... Remember, I'm going to go to the freezer and nab myself a Klondike bar here.
Alright, you have fun with that. We are going to turn away from these guys. Shit, that maybe wasn't the best. What's the range of your torpedoes? You have a 1 kilometer range. You have a 5 kilometer range, which I don't really like. So you're going to get shot at. Would you please... Would you please shoot at the fucking torpedo boat? I don't know why you're not. With all the... Alright, so you're just broken. Whatever. That is a lot of stuff. Alright, so the torpedo boat sank. I guess I just can't control what these guys are going to shoot at. Alright, whatever. Just hit something. It's going to be a bad day for your transports, that's for sure. I am very quickly running out of ammunition. Which is going to be a bit of a problem. Once that smoke goes away, I'll try and take out Destroyer. We're all out of small. Small gun ammo. I think we're going to go ahead and call the battle here because I'm running out of ammo. And I don't want to lose my guys. And we got our 25 experience. And they all got beat up pretty good. Please receive my torpedoes. I like the ejectocito. Is that where you're going to sit, tiny dog? You going to wag your tail? Yeah? That's a good dog. Anytime you're wagging your tail away from anything on my desk, that is good tiny dogging. Alright, so these guys are already veteran, well, seasoned. I really don't want to go fight that Missouri. That's just going to be a bad day. Alright, so I think this will be as good as we can make it. Alright, here we go. I am greatly concerned about... Oh, I have to have at least one invasion going on with the U.S. Because allies don't count to keep the war going. Alright, so you guys, we are not going to attack that because I don't want to. We're just going to let the invasion do its job. And you're going to leave. Thank you. And you're going to boop those guys. And we're going to boop those. There we go. And we are going to fight you manually. Let's go get that cruiser. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll probably go to bed here before too long. It's almost midnight and I've got a long day tomorrow again. Alright, so we have these guys. And you're going to screen the destroyers. And the destroyers are going to go chase down things fast and scout. And then the cruiser is going to be my heavy artillery. Alright, so we are going to stay at maximum distance from you, buddy. And you are a little bathtub cruiser, aren't you? Yes, you are, with Mark 1 guns and crappy torpedoes and pretty good armor, though. Pretty good armor. Alright. No, that's not what I wanted to... There we go. So we just need to keep you spotted with my destroyers, and hopefully you won't hit me, and hopefully my cruisers will take care of business. I can't believe I blocked a shot. Oh, there we go. That was one of my 2.9s that detonated a torpedo. That was good. Still has 3 more torpedoes. Always low fuel, too. Let's see what happens if we go armor piercing. Maybe not enough. And we'll just go back to auto. And I don't really want to get close enough for torpedoes. I think I just want to kind of dance around and let my heavy cruisers get closer. Ooh. That kind of hurt. Alright, maybe we'll start getting closer. Ooh, there we go. That's a nice penetration. Ooh, got his engine, too. Oh, yeah. Let's turn off the torpedo so I don't accidentally torpedo my own guys, because these are destroyer captains after all, so you never know how dumb they're going to be. Oh, I lost a main gun. Damn. Oh, he took another good hit. Let's... I guess these guys are doing alright. He's getting pretty beat up. These destroyers did pretty good for spotting. And having the slower cruisers to back them up. 5% flotation left. Come on, you can do it. You can sink. I believe in you. Oh, 6%. They're pumping water. It's going to be one of those times where we kill off the crew before we sink the ship. Maybe. There we go, that got him. Alright, that wasn't bad. We have this meeting, we're going to run away. Thank you. Boop. We lost another assload of transports, damn. Bechuanaland of Britain was conquered by Germany. I don't know where that is, but it's probably in South Africa somewhere. Alright, battle. Sweden. Yes, we will attack Sweden also. Herbiderbiderb. We need 84,000 tons, so it's going to be you guys. There we go, 125. Perfect. Alright, so that's working pretty well. These fucking Ottoman Empire, really? And the Ottomans are allied with Russia, so I can't even attack them. I guess I have to attack Britain next again. Alright, let's go see what we got here. I'm probably going to wrap it. Alright, so this is where... I'm going to send you guys. Alright, you're sending a bunch of stuff here, so we're gonna take care of business with you guys. We're just gonna go right in there. Let's go bunch up these ships. We're gonna go and protect Brazil. $118,000. We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more ships down here probably to deal with this. Go send all you guys out there to get them. Oh yeah, we got that place. All right, right on. Then we have got a lot of just like little fights going on here also. See, what are my guardians doing? You guys are... No, you're still repairing. You're going to be a little bit longer. And then over here, you guys... You're also still repairing. How much longer do we need to repair you? So I'm 19,000 tons over. And I don't really want all of my stuff getting slowed down. 1 turn and 2 turns. So I'm 19,000 tons over, so we can suspend you. And I'm just going to suspend Marauder 6. And that puts everybody getting built faster. I can actually keep repairing you and be alright. I think. Yeah, so we'll do that. That's fine. And we are definitely having some transport capacity problems. Do that. Alright, so that'll kind of sort that out. So as far as you guys, you're all going to be repaired another turn. I don't know where these American ships... I thought you had a bunch of... I thought there were a bunch of American ships here. But I don't know where they went, because I didn't sink them. They just... Did they evaporate? I don't... Where would you guys have gone? Because they had a bunch... I know they had a bunch of ships here in the Mediterranean. But now they're gone. I don't know what happened to them. They wouldn't have scrapped them, would they? They still have 200,000... or 200 ships. You know, 500,000 tons of ships, so they didn't scrap them. So I'm not sure. I have no idea what they did. They're not in the Black Sea, they're not in the Eastern Mediterranean, they're not in the Red Sea. Let's say they're just all over the Indian Ocean or something. Maybe so. Alright, well, let's go do some of these smaller... Let's do some of these, like... What's this ambush here? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Because we can ambush with the destroyer. Turn off the torpedoes. You guys haven't really reloaded your torpedoes anyway. No. You have... You have strong armor everywhere. Oh, what's your torpedo range? I forgot to check. Your torpedo range is less than a kilometer. Alright, now that your engine's damaged, now we can do something. Alright, well, that was not bad. That was not bad at all. We got some experience, and he lost a ship. Alright, let's go save that. Let's go do let's see what else we have here for missions. We have this convoy mission, which we don't want to do. And this one... We could do this, probably. Oh, this is sort of crappy weather, isn't it? Do you guys all have torpedoes? Most of you do. Alright, well, they're straight ahead. Alright. We are green, so if we can sink a few transports and level up, that'll be good enough. We don't have to kill the cruiser. Not in this crappy weather. Alright, are you armed transports? You are not, which is really nice. And are you armed transports? You are Also not. I don't think any of you guys are armed. Let's... Ooh, I didn't want to take that hit. Alright, well, it is now open season on transports. And there is no bag limit.
Are you saying it's Groundhog Day?
It is Groundhog Day. Alright, yeah, well, this is going to be a nice turkey shoot. That light cruiser is nice enough to go down pretty quick. Yeah, these 2.9s are great for just tearing up the transports. Eventually the 5.9s will lock on and aim well. Mostly I just need a couple of them so I have something big enough to take out light cruisers with. Or to be able to throw a little bit of damage into them if I'm part of a battle fleet. I really like these destroyers. These destroyers came out really nice. I'm really satisfied with them. My 2.9s still do more damage. The 3 2.9s seem to outdamage the 2 5.9s, but with two 5.9 guns, they've got the firepower of a small light cruiser almost. You know, 2 or 3 of these have you know, these guys definitely have some oomph to them. Call this one the South Asian turkey shoot. Southeast Asian turkey shoot. There we go. That should be the last guy. Alright, well. That'll get me my 25 experience. I only lost 4 guys. That was good. Oh, this guy's just out of ammo, isn't he? Yeah, they used up a lot of their ammo. They need to reload. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night because I'm tired and it's after midnight. Mitchell, good luck with your city council meeting. Marty, not Marty, thank you for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will try to be on tomorrow. You know, for the next, few weeks or month, it's going to be just really hit or miss for me just because I get so busy this time of year. But I'll do my best because we all need some relaxation time. So I will see you guys next time. Good night.
Okay, good night. Have a good one there.
You too. Bye-bye.